Good afternoon. My name is Kayla Collins. You can find me on all social media platforms at Teach Like You Mean It, all one word, just like my Facebook page. So I want to come on today because this last school year, last year I started something called Mad Math Monday. So every Monday we do something crazy fun for math, but it's something just out of the ordinary crazy. It also, the other thing that has to do with Mad Math Monday is it's always very rigorous, but it's disguised as just something crazy fun. So my students just come in Monday morning like, what are we going to do for crazy math? What's Mad Math Monday? And they really cannot wait for math to start so that I can share what we're doing. So this year, we just started it today with our first Mad Math Monday. So my kids were super excited. I never tell them what's coming usually until that day, so that way it's always a surprise. Sometimes it's me coming in as my own sub. Sometimes it's just detective math. Like today, we did detective math. So I'm going to show you a sample. I actually have 2 detective math bundles already up on my Teacher Pay Teacher store that can be used for 4th through 6th grade, and I even know some 7th and 8th grade teachers that use them. But today we did one that's actually more geared towards like 3rd and 4th. It's a little bit younger. It could have to do with multiplication. But there's some tricks that even if you didn't buy my product that I think you could take from this. So number 1, here's another random trick that we use glasses for everything. So these are just like at the dollar store or wherever you can just get cheap glasses and you pop out the lenses. These are actually 3D glasses from the movies, because one time I went the whole group to the 3D movies and I just had them save all their glasses. I popped out the lenses and put tape on them, and we use these glasses for so much. These are our genius glasses. I have enough for every student, and whenever we're doing something that's going to take a lot of critical thinking and it's going to, we just got to dig in deep, we wear our genius glasses because they give us the confidence to really critical think, is what we say. So we always put on our genius glasses. We use them when we're being reading detectives or math detectives or just digging in deep with anything. So that's just one little simple thing that just adds engagement. Just give them some genius glasses for that confidence. And the kids tell me all the time, and I know it's really silly, but they say, I really feel like I could think clearer when I wear these. I just feel confident enough to try, even if I make mistakes. So we talk about, learning from our mistakes and our failures. So genius glasses, number 1. Another trick that we use for a lot of things that I learned this last year that has been like a lifesaver is I do realize that everything's mirrored, so it's going to be flipped on your screen, and also you probably can't see this, but on cardstock, I wrote a math equation. It's actually an algebraic equation on here in yellow highlighter. So if you can't see it, that's kind of the point. Because in our room today, when we had the lights all dim, you couldn't see what it said. Then I have all these little handheld black lights or UV lights that I got off of Amazon and come in sets of like 10 or 12. When the kids shine the lights on, you probably can't tell in the video, but when the lights are on, it makes it glow. It makes it pop out. So it's kind of like having invisible ink, but really all I used was highlighter on white cardstock, and then they have their black lights. You can use this for anything. So if they're like highlighting different sections of a story, like the main idea, and then they use their highlighters, then it glows and they can see it, and it makes everything suddenly so much more exciting. So for our Mad Math Monday today with detective math, we were working on multiplication, just our simple multiplication tables up to 12 to get faster at those. And so all of these cards, even though you can't see probably, they say, like this one says 8 times, and it has a little square, equals 32. Well, when they first get to the table, they have their case file, top secret, case number 1, what are we doing? And it says right on here, numbers are just disappearing. The criminal numbers are running away. Oh, and I should back up too. We also wear these badges that say MCIS, Mathematical Criminal Investigation Services, and this is our detective badges. Only detectives wearing the detective badges get to open up the case files and see what's inside. It's top secret. So they even asked today, what if the principal comes in? Is he going to be able to see in our top secret files? And I say, no, only if he has that badge on. So he'll have to check in with me to get that badge. So that badge is our special detective badge. And on my Teacher Pay Teacher bundles, the badges and the posters and all the top secret, everything comes with it. So it has a description of what they're going to be doing. The criminal numbers are running away. They're jumping off the page. They're trying to get off the grid, but we need to help the police know what the numbers really even are. So they have a paper that comes with it too, and it has the same case file on it, and it says, so on card number 1, so this card has a number 1 on it, and then it has the invisible ink. It said on card number 1, what number is disguising itself as a 12, so that we can turn this in and let them know what number that's really supposed to be. Well, it said 8 times square equals 32. So we're doing some algebra here, even though we're 5th grade. We're using critical thinking. What number is missing? 8 times what is 32? What is the number? And once they solve it, they write it down. And since all the cards are numbered and they have this paper, they don't have to do it in a certain order. They're working in centers. So I had about 5 kids at each center, and there were 17 cards for this one. When they answer all the top secret information and they have it all done, they put it back in the case file in this envelope so nobody else sees our top secret information, and then they moved on to the next center. The next center for today was very similar, but it had a sequence of numbers. It was kind of like we've been doing a lot of skip counting with our multiplication. So it might have said, you know, like 4, 8, 16, and they had to know what that missing X was. What was the missing number in that sequence? And some of them were easier and some were harder with only 3 numbers. And they have to figure out what's the missing step in that sequence. So like I said, this is a lot of today's with geared, it could be like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, because it's just multiplication tables, but we can all get faster at that. So they had that, and then they had a whole nother one that was like figuring out a secret code with their multiplication table. So there were 3 different cases. They had their badges, we wear our genius glasses, we have our black lights so that everything's all top secret, and we're just looking into the code. And it helps these kids that 100% participation for an hour and a half today. And I have a very wiggly group, but for an hour and a half, they're totally engaged. They're not even messing and talking with their friends. They're just trying to solve out the cases. They're totally in character, being all sneaky and quiet about it and putting it in there, and everyone excelled. I mean, like, everyone got 90% or higher on this. Now this one's simpler, but I do a lot more rigorous ones that get even harder, and they are on my store as well. These are the ones that have been used, you know, like for 6th through 8th grade. So for example, one of the bundles, and they always come with 3 different cases that could be used as 3 different days lessons or 3 different centers if you use longer. As you can see, and it might be flipped backward, but this top secret, this has to do with standard measurement conversion. So it says, you know, like square, blank, inches is the same thing as saying 7 and 5/12 feet. So this is integrating fractions and standard unit of measurement and conversion. And there's some that are like the perimeter equals this, and then but we have one side equals X, so they have to find X. So they have to use that knowledge of perimeter to find out how much these 2 sides would add up to be, so that they know what's left, and then split it in half. And I mean, you get the point. They're using a lot of critical thinking and several steps to do all of these. So even though this is extremely hard, some of this, always my 5th graders 100% are engaged in understanding how to do it, because we make it a lesson and then they're engaged because it's detective, you know, it's in the top secret information. I need them to critically think and be a part of this. So I have them with our standard unit of measurement, and I also have one that has to do with multiplication, one that has to do with decimal, and in all of them the theme of it is that it is extremely rigorous, but you get 100% participation from your kid. And also they're not afraid to fail, because in their minds it's a game. And that's what that's what they come to me every Monday, like, crazy math, we're gonna play game. So in their mind, these are games. To me as a teacher, this is evidence that my 5th grader can do algebra, and they're enjoying it and think that they're playing a game and having fun. And isn't that what school should be anyways? It's disguised as playing games and having fun, but really they're learning something so rigorous. So if you are interested, you can take these simple tips like the glasses and the black lights and making it detective math. But if you don't have the time to make all those resources and you feel overwhelmed by that, I have so many Mad Math bundles on my Mad Math Monday bundles on my Teacher Pay Teacher store, and the link to that is right here on my Facebook page. So like I said before, it comes with all the badges that the kids wear. It comes with all the top secret information that comes in here. It also comes with the student work pages where they put in all their answers. It comes with the answer key for this. It comes with all the cards ready made. The cards are just ready made to go for every center. So like I said, it's potentially 3 days worth of material, or if your kids are just faster and this is more a review, you can cram it into 1 day and do it as centers so that they're always moving and doing their detective math. So Mad Math Monday, it had changed math in my classroom completely, and I am so excited to see these kids love math the same way that I love math. So I hope you take a few of these tips and these ideas and you can use them in your classroom. Thank you for joining in. My name is Kayla Collins. I teach 5th grade, and you can find me on all social media at Teach Like You Mean It.